Thank you so much for staying tuned. If you just joined us, this is 60 Minutes Nigeria, reaching you live from Benin City, Edo State, South Nigeria. Well, Egosa Osamdame Agbola is not around. He's on his annual leave after all work they say, and no relaxation, no play. Make one of my bosses done. But right now, since he has gone to chill, to relax, he will come back bigger, brighter, you know, to unravel to you what is happening in Nigeria in the next 60 minutes. That'll be like a few weeks from now, you know. But for now, I'm here in his stead. So, it's all about politics this afternoon. You might have heard about the ADA, yes, Action Democratic Alliance, yes. So I'm beginning to, like, you know, say it's ADA one day, ADA one, all manner of things. But they are saying this is a formidable force that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu should be worried about it. We're going to weigh the impact of coalition come 2027. That is the journey to 2027, because things have been happening from feelers we are getting. They're of the opinion that the northern oligarchs, so to speak, some of them or most of them, or just a handful of them, are not happy with what is happening in this administration, APC, that administration headed by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That there might just be a possibility that if they can come together, they will just be able to, like, you know, upturn the man's position come 2027, just like what they did to former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, who humbly and, of course, calmly accepted defeat. To so many persons, Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, former president, is the best president so far because he considered defeat. How many presidents in power would do that? That would be talk for another day. With me here in the studio to talk about this, I have a clergyman, political affairs commentator. Join me to welcome Bishop Bright to Lumase. Bishop, thank you so much for coming on today's show.
Thank you for having me. Good afternoon, viewers at home.
All right, I say very close to him, or let's say he's in the middle, the midman. Professor Owen Olowo, a lecturer in Uniben, and of course a wonderful political analyst. After all, he is the #1 man for the senior staff club. You know, politicking, it begins from that point in Uniben. Welcome, Prof. It's a pleasure to have you join me this afternoon.
Thank you so much, Lucy. Thanks for having me. Viewers at home, good afternoon. Thank you so much.
Yeah, join us via Zoom. Yeah, if the connection is right, I know it's very, very much correct to have Wisdom Elder, a political analyst, political affairs commentator, and he'll be sharing his own views and opinion in this particular discussion. Wisdom Elder, are you there? All right, so when he's able to join us, definitely you get to say his own point of view. And of course, I'm still expecting a legal practitioner to join us via Zoom, Barrister Ebuselo Kifo. Yeah, if he's less busy, definitely he would join. But Wisdom Weather beginning together with that, he's already logged in. You'll see him soonest. Now, let me start off with you, Bishop. Coalition is been on. Some aggrieved members of the APC. Yes, some are saying it's been spearheaded by former governor of, is it Kaduna State, Nasir El-Rufai? Yeah, that is not happy what is going on right now, that Tinubu is punishing the people, is punishing the Nigerian populace, that what he promises is not what he's delivering. For that reason, he's going to see what he can do to make sure that they form a viable coalition. Even former governor of Rivers State and one-time minister also in Buhari's cabinet, Rotimi Amechi, is also talking about. Then, of course, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, don't forget to mention, he was one time also a PDP presidential candidate. They are all talking about coalition. What do you feel about this concept?
Okay, thank you, Wisi, once again, and viewers at home. You know, one of the beauty of democracy is gives you the leverage to express, and one of the very acts of democracy is politicking. Coalition, this is not the first time we're having coalition. We'll be having coalition right from 1999 or thereabout. But coalition unseat the former president in 2015. So that cause for concern. And you know, there was the statement the president made, say that those who are forming coalition to remove him, they are IDP. I think he should look inward.
IDP.
Yeah, that's the statement. He should look inward. But I know he's also equal to the game. Yes, the guys, the reason why this coalition really makes sense, the same people who came together and unseat the ruling party then are still the same people. They know the game, they understand the roots, and when they go, when they allow, because there's already a fight against them. If you listen to what the press statement of the INEC yesterday says, that there are two conflict names, AD, from two different bodies. So now that is also politics in the highest level. Yes, because one of the biggest mistakes the former president Jonathan made was to just give these APC people a free hand. Now, this AD as an association now to be registered as political party, there's another AD also being have submitted as well their interests. So they are going to INEC yesterday, and now they're contemplating who to what to give that name to. So but having said that, coalition is not a crime.
It's not a crime.
It's not a crime.
And you feel that definitely they can do one or two to upturn this particular...
They can because of the heavy weight behind them.
I'll come back to you, Bishop. Well, Prof, you've heard his opening remark. He said it's not a crime, and they have these heavy weight behind them. It might just be something Mr. President should be worried about.
Well, for me, when I heard about the coalition, I was indifferent.
You were indifferent?
Yeah, because at first I saw the coalition as a coalition of aggrieved, bitter people.
Aggrieved, bitter people?
Who cannot possibly swallow the pain of defeat or the pain of being pushed aside. Because the arrow man, or the man at the helm of affair for this new coalition, the Erufai, people who don't want to be led, I don't know. He was governor under this very APC for 8 years. And then, let me just take you down memory lane. The APC is a conglomerate of, let me just put it in, some political parties who had existed prior to 2019. One, the political parties came together. CPC was already an existing political party. ACN, already existing. Then a part of, there was a faction, they called themselves, at that time, NPDP, New PDP. Already, they came out from PDP. And then the part of ABGA came together to form what we now have as a APC. And then, Formendable, strong, because there was already two parties with structures in almost every part of Nigeria. ACN was controlling the West majorly. Then CPC was like a northern party, and then Buhari was their face. While in the ACN, Tinubu was their face. And then some notable guys in PDP who called themselves NPDP, and then the guys from ABGA who has control of the East also, they came together, formidable, to challenge the PDP at that time. Now, I really don't see any threat with this new proposed party.
You don't see any threat?
I don't see any threat because if you look at it, like I said, why is, if you look critically, El-Rufai is bittered. And I wonder why. Because even though the thing is not in the open, there seemed to be what is called a gentleman agreement when the APC was formed. Initially, the CPC bloc should produce the president first, and that was the president of Buhari. And then, after the CPC, then the ACN will go next. And if you look at Buhari's 8 years as president of this country, you know how skewed the appointments were, and how that regime of 8 years was dominated by people from the north. Nobody from the south cried foul. Nobody from the from ACN faction, the ACN bloc of that conglomerate or that party, the APC, cried foul. And then the El-Rufai, all of them were happy. In fact, you talk about the economic mess and all that. People just talk as if it's not as if I want to justify or want to uphold anybody. People talk as if, oh, this whole thing started with this president or with this regime. Why it started by pushing us into this mess? And when all that was happening, there was never a time the El-Rufai now talking today, breathing down everybody's neck, spoke against the way Buhari was ruling this country and without good economic policies was driving this country down. Now because you are no longer, the CPC bloc is no longer in power, we now have the ACN, and of course, the Baba is using his Lagos boys, people who he has known, people who has also suffered to support the CPC bloc of the APC for that 8 years. And now El-Rufai, because it's no longer relevant, it's no longer in the stream of things, wants to now raise an eyebrow. Oh, now all of a sudden now, you now realize that the economy is bad. All of a sudden now, you now realize that the appointments are not skewed. When these appointments were skewed under your Buhari or CPC bloc, you didn't complain. So let me not just take you too far. This alliance, to me, sir, it is dead on an arrival.
Okay.
Because which party is really coming? Just a few
hold on.
Politicians.
Calm down.
It's just the dead on an arrival team.
Okay,
bitterness everywhere.
Okay, you said a bunch of bitter,
aggrieved people
that
who cannot accept the pain of not being in power.
Well, I don't know if Bishop Elder is in tune with us right now, so I can really call him into this particular discussion to get to hear what he has to say. Wisdom Elder, please, are you there? Okay. All right, I was trying to get connected to him. Now, let me come to Bishop. He said there's a bunch of aggrieved persons that are trying to, do one or two things, but it's like it's dead on arrival. Do you agree with his comment?
Okay, like I said, introducing this very wonderful discussion, the president should not, trivialize them.
With kid gloves.
Do you get that right?
Yeah.
This is politics for you.
Yeah.
Yes. To say that they are not important is to play the kind of politics our former governor, Dr. play as as APC national chairman. A ward chairman now removing national. It was just that it does not matter. It matters a lot. People you're talking about, Atiku is there who has over 8 million votes anytime he contests. You are talking about people like El-Rufai, some very big name in the north. Very big name. And what are they using? They are using the same thing the APC know how to use. They try to pitch tents with the people. They've come with the language, there is hunger in the land, and that is correct. They will come with language of insecurity. That is correct. You know what Chibok situation did to Jonathan?
Yeah.
They started again. The mass slaughter everywhere. You know government can stand it. This coalition should not be taken for granted. Yes.
So you are saying it's not dead on arrival?
It's not dead on arrival at all. Okay. Even when I question the characters, but I made bold to say that they should not be discarded because you can say the characters are bittered. They are selfish people. They don't want to be led or they're bad. But my dear, politics is about interest. Right now, I'm very sure if El-Rufai was screened as a minister in this government, he will not be thinking of coalition and all of that. It's all about interest and all of that. So the point I'm making is that the president, number one, what should the president be doing now? Sit back. There's a lot that is not going well right now in the economy. There's so much that is not going well in the security architecture of this country. There's so much not going well in the health sector. There's so much not going well in the go travel around. You see, most of the federal roads are broken down. Now you remove fuel subsidy. This is something I've not been able to be convinced. I need somebody to educate me because number one, you remove fuel subsidy, you are saving money, you are borrowing money. We've not seen capital projects being executed. The other day, the landmark project, Lagos to Calabar, wherever, the roads that were the part that was commissioned, we saw over the news that it was unfinished project that was what commissioned. And we saw that the commissioning took place inside a room instead of going to the field. And all of that. These are concerning the heart of Nigerians. Tinubu came in the wake of primaries to say, let the poor breathe. And now he has come, he has seized the loins of the poor can't even find bread. Now this coalition can also use that language, and that language we said. Because for the first time we see majority of Nigeria hit the streets to protest hunger. That's never happened. We have the best climate, we have the best landmark, we have the best human, we have the best brain. But today, as it were, the insecurity has driven people who can feed themselves, who can contribute to the food survival of their community. The insecurity has driven them away from farm and all of that. So these are targeted plan by even you can say the coalitions and all of that, because it's politics. By the time they can bring something good to the table and people could see what they are saying, look, when somebody comes down and says that, look, I know what's called cost of living right now. When you go to the market with just 100,000, you barely can 50 naira, those day 50 naira polythene bag. We just you will not be wanting that lost this morning. These are because of the economy policy. What you bought today, you want to buy tomorrow is something else. So now, when somebody is coming and telling me that it's a result of this government, and you want me not to believe, no, sir. The government must sit back, fix what they needed to fix, because the ratio of growth, employment is down, the level of unemployment is high, the level of crime is high. I sent you a video the other day.
Yes, you did.
Where Nigeria was rated, which was not pleasant to me. And we have so many good Nigerians. Then we have the high level of insecurity where people abroad, somebody coming from US, sir, you are still in that country where they are killing everybody. I say, we are still here. You know, image matters. The image that this insecurity is painting. You can't just come up and say over 200 people slept and they didn't wake up, because in Israel where there is no war, in Iran where they will know there is war, bombing is flying every day, 200 people has not died once.
Okay, I'll come back to you. He said this coalition, they are not dead on arrival because he gave reasons why the coalition may just stand a chance. Take it up from there.
Well, for me, I know earlier I went back to memory lane.
Yes.
And then, if you observe, not too long ago, in the distant past, not too long ago, just recently here, you saw defection from one party to the APC. And it appears this whole thing has been orchestrated from the beginning, and the APC as a party seen it. And not only that, the Southerners have seen that, oh, this is not about economic reforms, about what is happening in the economy anymore. It's about the not wanting to continually hold to power. That sense of they are born to rule. And all the defection that you have seen, you see all the states like Delta State that has never been in the opposition since 1999. The governor defected to the APC. And then many other states, and there will still be more defection. I said it, and then there was one of our panelists that they who said, oh, I shouldn't paint it like it's a north and south thing. I told the person, I said this is like a solidarity for the southern president that we have. And some of these things that are happening, especially the issue of insecurity, may actually be like a deal for Jonathan. And then we heard confession about people who said, oh, they brought in Fulani herdsmen, they brought in this, they brought in that, they sponsored Boko Haram, and to ensure that they make sure that the country was insecure, so that they would take power away from Jonathan. People are so desperate. Sorry to say, it's not even sorry to say, without any apology. They have this sense that the Fulani oligarchy, they have this sense that they should always be in power. They want to rule continually. Now, the reason why I say this thing will not stand the test of time is because if you look at this coalition I'm talking about, I don't think the northeast, the southeast is not involved. The southwest for now is not involved. The south Which notable person in this region?
You have an Amechi there.
Don't forget Amechi. Amechi is an expired
Why would you say
politician.
forget
One
Amechi?
minute, 1 minute, please. I have the floor.
I know you have the floor.
For me, Amechi
Yes.
is just Amechi is anyway bele face.
No, you cannot say that. There have some purpose and reason.
It's my opinion. It's my opinion.
Even if it's your opinion.
Listen, Amechi that is from the south. Amechi is like an ajib. Let me not call him an ajib anyway. Amechi is somebody who is always. He wants. You see, like I said, it's about being relevant. You want to be in government. You want to be in government. Now, if you talk about, so what I'm saying about this new Ada, I call them Ada, that one name, woman, and all that. It's a northern thing, not even the entire north, technically. We're talking about the northeast and the northwest. The north central is a block of its own. So, unlike the first coalition, where the APC came into being, where you had people, where you had interest from all the geopolitical zones coming together, majority of the persons who are pushing for this ADA now are mainly from the northwest and from the northeast, not even the north central itself. We are not even seeing much force in that area. So we cannot deny the fact that we are currently experiencing hardship and economic difficulty as it is in this country. But I want to tell you for free that these people who are pushing, who are bringing a new party, with all these things they are singing, oh, like you said, they will start to sing the language, oh, there's insecurity, there's hunger. They cannot even help us, to be very honest with you. Okay. Because the reason why they themselves are even pushing for what they are pushing for is not for the benefit of Nigerians, so it's for their own benefit, because many of these people just think that it is their right to continue to rule. So for me, these are that. To me, I think they should still, if they really want it to be a formidable force, they need to consult well, and it needs to be, because they feel that they can just take over power with just 2 zones. Okay. 2 zones, like northeast and north central.
I'll come back to you, Prof.
Zones of the country,
I'll come back to you, Prof. Let's move straight down to where Wisdom Elder is joining us virtually. Let's get to hear what you really have to say about this coalition. Wisdom Elder, it's good to have you join us, though virtually.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's good to have you. Sorry, sorry, I have to join you virtually. Thank you very much. It's good to have me on the line.
All right. So what do you feel about all this?
Okay, the coalition arrangement, like what he said lastly, if the people are going to be carrying the interest of the masses at heart, the last election, we had a lot of flaws. So this coalition is believing that they can be able to handle that flaw. The last time we had the coalition was in 2015, where CPP, AMPP, and AC all came together, and then they formed even some faction of PDP, the new PDP. That new faction called APC. And from what we gathered then, nobody would have believed that the INEC would have at least favored them. Nobody would have believed that things would have gone their way, but it went. So I think they are still coming back in another understanding that permutation, and with the way elections are done in the country, that they can still get power out from the hands of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That is the concept. And I want you to understand that the reason behind this is because the greater majority of our voters come from the north, despite the killings, despite the displacement, we are still having multiple voters coming from the north more than the south. And it is also believed that some aspects of the south can as well understand, especially at the grassroots, what has gone wrong, and then maybe align with the coalition during the general election. Then the issue of INEC, how they are going to make sure the election will be free and fair. We all know it's not going to be the power of INEC alone. It's it going to be power of incumbency? How they fight this that is absolutely left for them until the time of election. So that is
All
why
right.
coalition is seeing themselves as
Wisdom
an
Elder.
alternative to bring us
Wisdom Elder,
out
I will
from the
come back
bush.
to you.
Yes.
I will come back to you. Want to go for a break? When we return, we'll definitely continue from where you stopped. We want to go on a break. We'll be right back. Don't go away. Thank you so much for staying tuned. If you just joined us, this is 60 Minutes Nigeria, reaching you live from Benin City, Edo State, South Nigeria. It's all about what is happening right now in our political dispensation. Some are saying what's on the front burner. Yes, formation of ADA. Democratic Alliance. Well, I have Professor Owen Olowo and, of course, Bishop Bright Olumese join us virtually. His Wisdom Elder. We had to go for a break. Now, let's move straight to where Wisdom Elder is to allow him anchor his point. Wisdom Elder, over now to you. All right, it's like we're having a connectivity problem right now. Let me come back to Bishop Bright Olumese, where you heard Wisdom Ed almost in the same line with Professor Olowo saying that, look, we still have some points, so to speak. Yes, there is a coalition, some bitter element out there saying that enough is enough. Even saw how would I put it now, the needs of the, so to speak, about the former governor of Benue State as well, saying that this coalition, they are out to unseat President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Weighing the odds, how possible do you feel this is?
Okay, we say I want to further push this, my view, that if this a ruling party, President Bola Tinubu, is not careful, he will be unseated. Just the margin will be too much. Let me tell you something.
It'll be too much.
Will be too much. Now you take the Nigeria people in view. I can give you statistic. If you go to various streets in where you are, locations, go to a market and all of that, if they have an alternative, in fact, they will choose the devil they don't know than this angel they know. To take out this president from office is one of the most easiest campaign to make, and all of that. Just get a good jingle on, and rubbish this is a removal of fuel subsidy. Show proof how they are siphoning the money. Just bring tabula. See, let's leave the sentiment about the people doing it or whatever. Well, this is my position. We're looking at the major people, the over 200 million Nigerians. What are their feelings? How are they feeling? Go to market. We hear reports from various news channels where during festivity, people keep crying, people keep, yearning, things are skyrocketed and all of that. So, in the view of this, and the coalition is coming, the sitting government should sit up. How? Allow, like what I always INEC is flashing paper. No, give a level playground. You go and perform. The ball, you have everything in your court now. We'll hear that government at the center launch palliative. Nobody at the grassroots will be heard that got the palliative. Palliative of all kind. We talk about food palliative, we didn't see. Money palliative, we did not see. Humanitarian ministry or whatever, we did not see. But billions were budgeted, we didn't see. We talk about CAG boss, we didn't see. It's not in anywhere. And you are telling me that any coalition, you don't even need much. Let me tell you something. There's something that Prof came with. It's a northern thing. No, don't play with that side. The northern are they are professional in this game and all of that. Peter Obi is a fact in all this coalition. I hope you know that. He's also discussing.
But he's not coming out fully to say it's part of it.
Listen to what they're asking.
Even the PDP also as a party,
yes,
are not coming out fully
yes,
to support it.
Because that's the powerful incumbents.
Yes.
The powerful incumbents is that there are certain persons, as we speak right now, they can't speak. Why? If you speak, agency or government can come after you.
Okay.
And all of that. So that's the same way. Jonathan, everybody endorse him. Different association, different group. endorsement here, endorsement there, endorsement there. All the governors endorsing. The PDP had over 20 something governors endorsing. Where did he end up?
Okay.
So now the point I'm making is that this government, Peter Obi was asked, will you sign, because the northern people are throwing it, will you sign to be president for one tenure to balance this South presidency, so that the power can go to the next to the north? See, this is politics.
Okay, I'll come back to you.
Negotiation is on.
I'll come back to you. Now let's move straight over to where Wisdom Elder is. Wisdom Elder, let's get to hear your own conclusion and the point we're trying to raise. Over now to you, Wisdom Elder, on this particular topic.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Please, it's good for us to understand how coalitions succeeded in 2015. The way coalition succeeded in 2015, first of all, presidency gave them a free hand to operate. That's number one. So they registered their party, and then INEC also approved it. Then they went ahead to have a very strong relationship with the INEC chairman and all. A lot of meetings went behind closed doors, and then because of that power of the North decided to work with the INEC chairman, and then INEC chairman remained as a Northerner. And as he remained, it was not too difficult for us to see what we saw. Even on the day of election, President Goodluck Jonathan's own polling unit, his capturing of his own name was not even possible. He had to wait, and there were so much technical glitches in the south, but in the north, election was going on. That was the area they used in getting the number of votes that gave President Buhari the victory over Goodluck Jonathan. So if we're looking at it from that angle, the APC today were the same people who did this. They knew the lapses of Jonathan. They knew what Jonathan could not do with power of incumbency, and we are still looking at President Tinubu as somebody who will not take such chances in 2027.
I like that.
He has started by stopping the registration of the new coalition party.
No, he did not stop it. He did not stop it. Let's be corrected, please. He did not stop the coalition from getting registered.
You can say that again. INEC rejected. You can say that against that. We understand, as it stands now, the Electoral Act has not been reviewed to give INEC the sole autonomy to operate outside the influence of the executive all over the country. Any day INEC officials are coming to your state, for example, Edo State, the person that will welcome the INEC officials will be the state government and will give them first-class treatment. After which, the same people you are giving first-class treatment, you are expecting them to conduct an election that will be free and fair. This country, the appointment comes from the president. So it is going to be very difficult if the incumbent president knows what he is going to do. But like I said, there is a strategy not is going to use, which they will not disclose to anybody until the time of election draws close. So we are going to see a head-to-head battle. Battle of, yes, the power that has been there, that have robbed Nigerians of their benefit totally. The man that removed subsidy and has refused petroleum product to be regulated by independent marketers, the CNMPC and the one to a coalition put together. Man that has refused the money that is being generated the CBN through every of the bank charges in this country to be recycled into development and infrastructure in this country. This is a government that has really ripped Nigerians of their all-time benefit. So we are going to be seeing another dimension of politicking, another dimension of electioneering. We are going to see how it's going to end.
They have settled, even though they settle, maybe the judges have executive luxury apartments and luxury cars, and they are going to be taken care of, which is another option because it's going to land in court. And then we are going to also see how Nigerians will come out either to protest against anomaly of 2027 election.
Thank
Because
you.
if we have the support of the North and we have the support of the South, we are going to see a protest. If the election does not go free and fair, it's going to get to that level. I'm
Thank
giving
you.
you a very clear analysis of what's going to happen.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Wisdom Elder. You're speaking like a part of the coalition already. All right, to be part of this show, you need to call this number and tell us what you feel about it. The number will be there on your screen. Well, you heard Wisdom Elder. He said there is. Remember when Trump was like, there, trying to come into the Oval Office in the first time, he said there is. I've forgotten the word he used. There's like a bomb, as in which he dropped towards the end of the campaign that saw the Republicans taking over the Oval Office.
Make America great again was
Fine. So right now, from what Wisdom Elder said, he said, look, there is a key that the North, or let's say this coalition, in begging your pardon, they have. They don't want to reveal it yet. So, Prof, over to you.
I don't believe in conspiracy.
Okay, just hold on. Let's take this call. Hello? Yeah, good afternoon. Who are we on to, please? All right, Sonny, go ahead.
I'm sure that including you and your guests will be shocked on that day. It's not the way we're looking at it. Don't forget that Erufa has always withdrawn sentiment. You remember I took it out to primary school and brought out the media to come and look at to see that it's one of them. When there was an issue of security, who was the first to jump out? It was him and his charge. Can you trust that kind of man? Who worked with Buhari for 8 years? He defended all the policy, including rats, swallowing money. He defended the turnaround maintenance that never saw the light of the day. Is he Amechi, who worked for 8 years? At the end of the day, he said the reason why they are where they are is because Nigeria didn't show them when they show money. Want to trust that kind of man? Of course, just like your guys have said, which is also that their opinion that the issue of hunger will come in. But in the midst of all this, we need to ask ourselves, do we actually want a better Nigeria, or do we want people like Erufa, whose name was sent to the National Assembly? He was removed and he got very disappointed and very sad about it. I think we want Nigerians to look at critically which areas do we think that APC or PDP or this coalition has also caused us pain. Who do we think we need? Should we be talking about the issue of independent candidacy, or we're still talking about Erufa give us a coalition in 2015? We have to see whether for the coalition to save ourselves from politicians. Nigeria will decide that if we are not decided with the issue of money, but if we have not decided with money, I tell you the issue of indices and good governance come to play, I can tell you coalition will not work, but I can tell you that there might be somebody somewhere who has not been reviewed right now. Peter Obi was reviewed at the third phase. There might be another fourth phase that may bring a shocker to us. But for this one I see right now, I think it was in APC, PDP, back to those ones. I can't trust those people.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much, Sonny Gedo. You can see the number there on the screen. Just call. Let's get your opinion on this particular discussion because it's all about the journey to 2027. Hello. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Can you please turn down the audio level on your TV set?
Yes, Tony calling from Benin.
What's your name, sir?
Tony.
All right, Tony, go ahead.
If coalition or no coalition, the contest we did between the government at the center and the people.
Yeah.
The masses are suffering.
Yes.
We will see another type of Nigeria come 2027. Because what Tinubu government is doing to the masses is too deadly.
Too bad.
We are going to show him. We out. Thank you.
Wow. It's like, you know, we are going to show him.
That's
Okay.
why
Let's
it's
take
funny.
this call 080. I think
show you.
77. And you know, you just call the number on your screen. One more call. And of course, I'll call to the guests in the studio to summarize their point. Hello. Hello. Well, just one more call. Just one more call. Well, I believe that you've heard the two callers.
Yeah.
You've heard the two callers. Prof, let's just take this call. Hello. All right, so we're having some technical issue here with the calls. Well, Prof.
I really don't know. I'm not disturbed about this coalition. I'm not disturbed because, like I told you earlier, and I still want to maintain, in as much as we know that we understand the situation of things on ground, but because of the persons involved in this coalition and because of the way the coalition is skewed to the north.
Joe, hold on, let's take this call. Hello, briefly, what's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Saturday Road.
All right, Monday, go ahead.
The pollution you are talking about, who are those polluting? Where are they from? And what are they polluting? The problem of this country, they are the one that caused it. And I would let you know, they cannot treat me more than the master. People is the master. People will remain the president. Because for remove the only country and people fight the federal rule as I'm thinking now, and people are talking of hunger. But who fight hunger is the past government, is the Buhari. Who are they police? Let us talking about the fact. I want to go and see them. Let us talk about this.
Thank you. Thank you. Our time is up. Our time is up. Our time. Thank you for your opinion. Well, few seconds to summarize your points.
So, like I said, I want to still maintain that because of the way the coalition is, it is skewed,
Okay.
and considering the people it is coming from, the coalition for me is dead on arrival.
Thank you.
Like I said before, it's a coalition of angry and bitter that grieves.
Thank you so much, Prof. I appreciate
will
you.
not stand the test of time.
Bishop, your last line.
Okay, the president should be watchful, do the needful. Now you have 2 full-blown years to fight for your 2027. Now, listen very carefully. The reason why we're looking at coalition, PDP is almost like dead. Labour is having different crises and all of that.
Okay.
Remember, the ADA is not just that. Okay, that's what the coalition can use any other political party.
Thank you.
We need good governance in this country.
Thank you.
We need good
Bishop,
governance, no doubt.
Wisdom
But
Elder, your last
this
line,
coalition
please.
will not work.
Your last line, Wisdom Elder.
Yes, I want Nigerians to be hopeful, to be expectant. God can still do miracle. I know we are not supposed to be talking about the spiritual, but let Nigerians be hopeful. Time is coming when we will finally see the right candidate that everyone will troop behind and secure this country from whatever APC has made it to become.
Thank you.
Very much.
Thank you so much. We are divergent views, divergent opinions. Let's see how this will part of the journey to 2027 continues. We'll do it again next week, Thursday, God willing. Bye for now.